All right. So, anyway, you're probably saying to yourself, he's got a heart. It's now Valentine's Day. It's, the holidays. And I'm going to show you something really cool that you can do with a heart for this time of year. All right? So I'm going to start with a little bit of advice. And I put the point at the top, and I cut it into thirds, okay? Just the top third gets the red. So we'll put the red on top. I'm going to go around.
Hey buddy, it's Rusty. How you doing?
Hey, my DJ Rusty. How you doing, Rusty?
I'm hanging in there. I'm a little tired today, but I'm doing good.
Ah, well, I'm sorry you're feeling tired. I'm so concerned about you being tired.
I like the red jacket.
Ah, swimming, huh? That's the other thing I get all the time wherever I go. You're skinny in person. Oh, you're fat pig on TV. Wait till I get the camera guy. So I'll put the skinny lens on. You know what I'm trying to say? You make me look fat. They get that all the time. But anyway, so now that I've put the red on, what I'm going to do is smooth it out, and I have just a regular knife here. It's just a spatula. And now, when I say smooth, I mean smooth, not pulverize, okay? Not big mistake a lot of at-home bakers make. Just gently glide the knife across. Breathe. Like you're doing yoga, okay? This is like cake yoga here. Smooth this out here. Just not hot cake yoga because then the ice comes off. Alright? Alright, so now we're going to just pull on the top here. And I got a little cardboard here. And the cardboard is basically like poster board. Okay? And we're going to smooth it out across the top. So we got it nice and smooth. Smooth out the sides. Perfect. Now I have the white over here. Oh my gosh, what's that concrete? Really want me to work out today, huh? You want to laugh? This morning I was on a morning show. Anybody see me on a morning show today? Yeah. So I went to 2 morning shows, which was kind of magical. You saw me at one, and they both started at 9 o'clock, and I did the first 15 minutes on one, and then I flew over to the other station and did the last 15 minutes, which was pretty funny. And I got there in both places, and the producers are funny. Anytime you go for morning press, producers are real funny because they're worried about what the segment's going to look like, and they're going to have something colorful and pretty and this. And anytime I go, they want me to bake. So let me just tell you what I'm doing. I'm putting white across the top here. So a lady goes, we went to the store, and they had a sheet of sponge. She had green icing, red icing, and white icing. She goes, I heard you're a cake boss. She goes, I figured maybe in 5 minutes you could rip up the Sears Tower or something. Yeah, you got red and green icing. Do I look like a magician? I could be gray out of that? I don't know, I'm just saying, I'm good. They were, what can you do with that? Well, not much, There's not a knife. They had a spoon out there. What they're going to spoon the cake out? It's hilarious. But when I first started getting into, being on TV and stuff, I remember my first, time on a show. And I had a 2.5 minute on the Today Show. So you have 2 minutes, 30 seconds, okay? They're like, well, what are you going to do? I'm like, well, I'll talk about my show, Cake Boss. And they're like, no, you have to do something too. Well, what do you want me to do? Well, we want you to make a cake. We want you to decorate cupcakes. And we want you to fill cannolis. So you realize there's 2.5 minutes. They're like, yeah, but I'm like, you want me to talk about my show too? And, it's so hard to be concentrated on what you're doing and be like, oh, I'm putting the X down here, but by the way, check out my show tonight. It's going to be on, and it's real good. And then what are you doing with this? It is like a disaster. The first couple of times I did it was so hard. But I love that the producers feel that, there's so much you can do. Then I got to the other news station, and they had these, even worse. At least they went to a bakery and got, real icing. They had, those tubes of icing. Anybody ever use them at home? Oh, my God. Please don't. If you do, don't. Don't do it to your family or your kids, all right? Go buy a cake. before you make that one. I don't even want to tell you what it looked like coming out of that tube. It was destroyed, disgusting. Oh, man. But I did make a cake with it. I did. It wasn't my best work. It wasn't the Sears Tower, but you know. All right. Now I'm going to do a little airbrushing. Sorry, I went on my rant about my morning, but it's my show, so I can. All right. Anybody have an airbrush at home? Me and about 2 guys. All right, cool. Well, I think that if you can get one, it's not a crazy investment. And I think there's a lot of things you can do with it, with stencils or airbrush. So I'm putting a little bit of peach on top, okay? And I'm going to just trick to airbrush, always spray out the extra. And dip it in a little water, and rinse it. And then one other little trick with an airbrush, if you do have an airbrush that you use for painting at home, like, you know, for arts and crafts, you can now put food coloring in it and use it, okay? Just saying. One's for food, one's for paint. Got it? Just saying, yeah, we know. The kids will be glowing tonight, you know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised. I travel, so, you know what I'm saying. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I put on a number 32 tip, and I'm going to put a little border across the top. Put a little ball on top. Anybody know what I'm making? Did you think Santa could turn into a heart? Or a heart could turn into Santa? Not bad. So now, why I do this cake is because it's a real easy cake. I really believe that when you're putting like the icing around the beard, it doesn't have to be perfect. Santa's beard is scraggly and, you know, a little messy, so it's one of those cakes that you can get away with being a little messy. It could look a little bit more homemade, you know? Even when I do it, I want it to look more messy and homemade. I don't want it to look perfect. So I just kind of keep going around, and all I'm doing is just shaking the tip a little bit, back and forth. Go around like that.
Hey buddy, I got a question from Sarah. She wants to know, what's the secret to a great buttercream?
Well, that's a good question, Sarah. Depending on what type of buttercream you're looking for. If you're looking for a buttercream to decorate with, you have to make a decorator's buttercream, which is about 60% shortening and 40% butter. And then if you're looking for like a Italian buttercream or Swiss meringue, that's something that is a lot more butter. It tastes delicious, but you can really only use it in fillings. You can't make the prettier designs with it. So, depends on what you're looking to do with it. Now I'm just going to go around the top with my border. Okay. Now, we're going to go one more time. Santa Claus over here. And you got to just gently go around. Have a little fun with it. Fill it in. Okay, now it's time to put a mustache on Santa, so put a big little swoop. Big swoop. Make a little pie hole for Santa. We're going to do some eyebrows for Santa. Alright, alright. Starting to come together. We do a little dot for his eye, a little dot for his eye, a little dot for his nose. I'm going to take a little bit of blue, cover his eyes up. Alright. We fill in Santa's pie hole here. And